Hello and welcome to another session of Allot 360. I'm Michael Schachter, Product Marketing Director at Allot, and I'm here today with Stephane Banoun, VP Sales Engineering at Allot. Welcome, Stephane.
Hello.
Great to have you.
Thank you.
So you are in close touch with the field, and I'd like to ask you, what do communication service providers think about Allot's network-based security approach?
If we look at the global picture, we see that the CSP are basically understanding the advantage of the network-based security, and these go naturally with the market trend and the technology evolution. Looking at the endpoint-based security, we see that the adoption is pretty low. Actually, I would say even very low. In average, 5% or even less. There are some cultural or regional exception based on cultural reason, but this remained pretty marginal. And why that? Because the endpoint type of solution requires many action from the end users to download the application, to install it, to allow actually many privilege in the phone, which pretty much frightening for the end user to allow it, and sometimes also require the parents to support their children when there is when the application does not behave well or there is issues and so on. So this shows that the adoptions basically and explain why the adoption is very low at the large scale, right? On the other side, when you look at the technology evolution, we and also with regard to the growing market of the IoT, the Internet of Things, the on-device protection does not really fit with integrating those into a low-cost device, okay? Because the market is not ready to change the manufacturing process of these small devices, and therefore adding new computing resources or memories does not actually bring what the market needs regarding this type of solution. So we see also here that endpoints are not really fitting that domain. Now, and basically that's why the CSP recognize the advantage of the network-based solution, because actually it is zero touch, frictionless. The end user doesn't need to download anything. Everything is actually defined from the network. There is actually IoT device, for instance, are protected naturally from the network all at once. So nothing to be to change in the manufacturing process in that market. And actually everyone basically understand that the end user can basically be guaranteed in regard to the protection without having any action to be done. So here at Allot, we understood it at the very early stage, and actually we are proud to be the market leader with our network-based, network secure product, part of the Allot Secure portfolio. We are actually providing or protecting more than 20 million subscribers today, with over 25 Tier 1, Tier 2 CSP operators.
Okay, so I understand why CSPs like this. They own the network, they make the network safe, their end users are safe, the IoT devices are safe, as you said. It sounds like a great solution. I would then ask if CSPs are more or less worried about security as they make the transition to 5G.
Yeah, actually, although the 5G stand as a more inherently more secure, actually the CSP themselves are quite worried about it. 5G network is more distributed, so more open to attack. There are IoT device, more and more IoT device connecting to that network. That requires more requirement in regard to protection, and more industrial enterprise will connect to the network, which actually will require extensive or more protection than the regular type of network. So this basically will put more pressure on the more security pressure on the 5G network. And actually, in Allot, we have developed security response regarding the this type of security. We have the DDoS type of attack protection from outside the network and from inside the network, and we are protecting the subscriber and IoT device as well from the network. And this is the type of solution that we can basically provide to the CSP that have some indeed concern regarding the security that they have.
So the CSPs have concerns, and we have solutions that handle these security issues. What are the CSP concerns about performance in their networks?
Yeah, so this is a vast topic that I cannot develop right now, but in short, the main concern that the CSP have is, and foremost, is the network downtime. This actually has a very quick impact in business revenue, productivity, customer satisfaction, so on. But the second one, I would say, is the slowdown of the network, which result on poor performance of the IT system, which also carry a significant impact on the business, on the customer satisfaction, and so on. This let's say slowdown are not always basically addressed by bandwidth, increasing the bandwidth. Which, of course, bandwidth limitation can be a performance bottleneck, but sometimes this measure can actually mask a real problem that can be even worse over time. So it's not only how to address it; it's not just about bandwidth increase. It is important to understand that today network communication. Business services or cloud-based services are complex and require, and actually the more the network grow, the more the risk on the performance will be, and that can be related to equipment usage or resource usage, bandwidth limitation, or equipment malfunctioning, poor connectivity, for instance, or DNS issues. So here in Allot we have developed tools in order to give the ability to monitor and provide also analytics on the network side, and also we have expertise to diagnose, to be able to help the CSP understanding where the performance issues are, and this is what I think Allot can bring for the CSP to that aspect.
So it sounds like we address a lot of the issues that CSPs are confronting today. Like you said, downtime, performance, latency issues, securing the network against attacks, securing the network customers so that their usage is safe. How does the move to 5G impact this story? Having said all that, has 5G changed the kinds of challenges that CSPs are confronting?
Yeah, it changed the how the CSP need to address actually their things. First of all, you need to understand that the 5G is not just more faster than 4G. Okay, in order to unlock the full 5G potential, The market is building a different type of network, which we call a standalone type of network, which is actually moving the network component or network physical component into software. By that, actually, you are exposing more of issues and like cross-contamination or data leakage because of moving into the software, which actually require more aspect to protect in regard to this. Of course, 5G is, as we already said, is a massive rollout of connected objects. Okay, so that means that the network needs to be adjusted and basically adapted to get all these massive objects to be connected. If you look at the survey from Ericsson, they are projecting for about 22 billion of connected device by 2024. And actually, you know, device or a sensor of car or water metering, we are not connected the same way than what a smartphone is connected to. So because it has different requirements, okay, it should be small, very small in terms of power consumption, battery driven, because those kind of device will stand alone for decades. So and the bandwidth requirements will be different. So this is also bringing a challenge for the operator to tackle. I will say also about identity. Now, think about it. You will have tens of billions of devices connected into the network, right? So how we can make sure that they are not going to be compromised? Okay, so this is also something that must be addressed, and that the CSP will need to be to understand the challenge and meets that solutions. I mean, not solution. It's more about issues. 5G will introduce a private network. 5G world actually will have enterprise running on slice. They will have their own slice, and therefore the enterprise will have to basically run then their own network, their own security to make sure that their own personnel will have the right data access. They will need to protect, encrypt all their network, their data in rest or in motion. So that is also a different new concept that we see today. If you look at it, or in previous generation, the only government or aviation or defense had their own specific network that they have to manage. Now, 5G will introduce that all the smaller enterprise will basically run into their network, and therefore the CSP themselves will need to change the way of doing services, because then they can also introduce or provide what we call security as a service for the partner, for the enterprise. And this is also a new things or a new concept that we are seeing, and also we are bringing and discussing with the CSP, because as Allot we are providing to the CSP the ability to deliver security as a service. So not only on the, let's say, consumer, but now also on the enterprise, let's say, segment. And this is also a different challenge and a new angle that we see. And I think in Allot, what is interesting is that we are actually facing the technology change and the market change, and we are adopting our basically product especially on the 5G, to address this new demand. And this is, I think, what is important and interesting here.
Well, thank you very much, Stephane. It's certainly a lot of core issues for the service provider: securing their own network, securing their consumers, securing their business customers, their enterprise customers, the changes in 5G that you discussed. It sounds like there's a lot of opportunity out there and a lot of solutions that we can help bring to the market. So thank you, and thank you all for watching Allot 360. I look forward to seeing you at the next episode.